Um,
Hello, how are all of you?
Hi, Allison.
Good.
Hi.
Good job.
So, Bill, Donnie, Nancy, I got all of you here to talk
Yes.
about Dreamin' Wild. I want to start with you, Bill. What was important for you in terms of the different aspects of their story that you wanted to get across as a writer and a director?
Well, I mean, obviously the story is interesting in itself, the kind of rediscovery of Donnie's music and all that. But I mean, really, it came down for me, really meeting the people, the real people, is who I really connected with and who what story I wanted to tell. I mean, that really was it for me. I mean, I love the music, I love the kind of second chance kind of aspect of it. But really, it was the people and trying to convey who these people were, family was.
You have one member of the family here and his wife. So tell me what kind of feeling you got from them that made you say, yes, this is for me. This is a project I want to take on.
Well, it was just, again, meeting them and seeing the depth of their authenticity. Like they are who they appear to be, and they're like, they don't put on airs or anything like that. Or they don't say things or act the way that, they think you want them to act or something. I mean, everybody is just genuine. That was what was so amazing to me. And the challenge of the movie was trying to convey that in such a way that you actually feel that. Obviously, there's challenges in everybody's life and ups and downs. But at the end of the day, it's really their authenticity that did it for me.
And Donnie, looking back at this experience, if you had to go back, would there be anything you would change, and what would it be and why?
No, I wouldn't change anything. But you mean during the time period of Dreaming Wild, doing all that music? No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't change that. It was that was it was an unbelievable ride. Just being able to be in that cabin and studio my father, mother built for my brother and I. It's even when I go back there, literally like the film, it's like walking into a time capsule, and you think, oh wow, what's this? There's magic in the room because I recorded in there just recently, like about 6 weeks ago, something like that. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, so I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, you have pretty incredible parents to do all that for you. What appreciation for them did you not necessarily see growing up, because hindsight is, 2020, but now as an adult, what kind of appreciation do you have for what they sacrificed all those years ago?
Well, I've kind of analyzed how my parents are as people. Different. They're a little bit different. They look at things a little bit differently. They don't look at the task ahead. They just attack it, and they don't really. They just look at the talent. They looked at the talent my brother and I had, and the fortitude to prevail to make that happen for us all together, because we did it together.
Mhm.
So I think they just have that kind of way about them that makes it easy. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They are incredible people. I hope that I am somewhat of a similar parent to my child and my stepdaughter, but yeah, amazing. Just an amazing family. Um, Bill, was there anything that you wanted to necessarily leave out of this story, or was there more you wanted to put in but really didn't have the time to do?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that you leave out that you have to leave out just because of time. And really, we ended up focusing on Donnie, his growth and the contrast of those two periods of his life, and Joe, and certainly the Don Senior. So the kind of group of them is really the core of the story. Obviously, I would have liked to have expanded Nancy's role and other characters in the film, but really, when you're trying to focus on one thing, that seems to be the core of it. So,
I want to go to you, Nancy, now, since we were just talking a little bit about you. Was this a surprise for you? What was your initial reaction 30 years later that this record is all of a sudden coming up again?
Well, I always knew Donnie would be at a level, and he's still going at a higher level, and he's going to continue to go to higher levels. So I knew that with him. The album, I heard it when I was 20 years old, and that was when I was listening to Wham. So I was and I was into theater. Yeah, so a lot of stuff I was listening to was musical theater stuff. So when I met him, I heard the album, 20 years old in my apartment. I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's nice. I mean, well, but it took me to get older to appreciate certain types of music. So yeah, when I first heard the album 30 years ago, when it, before the movie, I mean, the rediscovery,
The
wasn't the same.
rediscovery.
But through years, what happened was through years, we kept playing his music, that music. For
Mm.
38 years, we've been together playing music.
Wow.
So we were playing Baby. We were playing Give You the Chance. I mean, but we did it our way. We did it in a different type of, it's kind of hard to explain because we create as we're going on stage. So I would ask them, can we do your songs? Can we do the songs from Dreaming Wild? We would do them, but they were different and they were fun. He always allowed us to create with his songs. So anyway, none of this is a shock to me. It's just surreal. And there's a lot of thank you, feeling grateful for everything that,
Yeah, it is kind of surreal in a sense.
Yeah.
Donnie, in terms of the music, I listened to what I could find after watching the movie because I'm like, where can I get this album? As a teenager, you had some very introspective lyrics, it seems, and you seemed a little older than your age in terms of maturity and things, in terms of your writing. So talk to me a little bit about that back then and how you see it now that you are older.
That's a really good question. So I've kind of pondered on that myself. I went back and listened to some of the lyrics I wrote. I don't know how I came up with those lyrics. They just came to me. Literally just came to me. I mean, I've got lyrics. No. It's just
his ex-girlfriend.
I just want other artists to know. I just want other artists to know that I don't sit down and just start writing lyrics. I don't do that. That's not my process. My process is that I sit down and I start playing and I just start singing. And whatever comes out, I take that and then I go back and edit. And I go, okay, that line's good, that's not a good line. But I just let my mind go without thinking about doing on the page. I don't write on the page first. I don't do that.
But I have to say that when I met Donnie, he took me to a tree in Fruitland, which is right across from the barn. And I said, and I was 20 years old, and there's a heart with him and Heidi's name on it. And I was like, and I love it. I thought that is I was like, I'm his girlfriend now. I'm like, that is the cutest. And I've met Heidi a couple of times. And so when Bill put her in, I loved it. And I hope Heidi has seen the film, because when you said where he got some of his inspiration, there's a heart right there. And it's gonna be there forever, right in Fruitland with him and Heidi.
It might be covered up now.
No, I love it.
I never knew that. That's
It was
I
at the
didn't
Grange
open up
Hall.
my thing.
Yeah, it was at the Grange Hall. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's cool.
You
So
need
there's his inspiration.
You need to go back and have somebody photograph various things, including that heart, because I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Bill, let's talk about the process of this film. It premiered in 2022 at Film Festival, and now it was purchased and it was limited release, and now we're going to video. So take me a little bit on the progression of from when the film was finished to where we are now.
Well, we took the film originally to the Venice Film Festival last year. So it's just happened again this year, which just proves that like the business is in a real state of unrest. And people aren't going to the movies as much in theaters, which we kind of knew, but hoped it was continuing to get better. And so we got a theatrical release. That it took a while to get that and have them schedule it, because we were always pushing for later and later in hopes that more people would come to the theater. But it did its theatrical run, and now, trying to get it onto video. Well, not trying to, but it will be on video on demand. So we just want people to see it. Obviously, it's a smaller film, quieter, and it's not big bombastic kind of thing. So we're kind of investing all of this time in getting people to see the movie. So
And Donnie, do you expect there to be a renewal once again of the music and the interest in that in Dreamin' Wild now that it's going to be on video?
I'm hoping so. I mean, it's, Baby, I believe right now on different platforms altogether are around 55 million on that song. So, and there's other songs as well. And we're getting ready to go out and start performing again. That, we're waiting for everything to line up. So we're anxious to do that and move ahead. I'm excited to do it. I love playing the music, and doing new music that we're going to be doing as well. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say that I was watching this film. I was about 30 minutes in, and I just couldn't wait to watch more. I was talking actually to Mandy and saying, "Oh my goodness, this is really good. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Your family comes across as so warm and genuine and just supportive." And I liked the music too, that, I was listening to Wham also, so I get it. But I enjoyed the music, and I immediately said afterwards, where can I get this album? So
Oh my
I am
goodness.
hoping that this is going to be even more success and more exposure for you, both for Dreamin' Wild and for your new music. So
Thank
the 26th, we will have it on video. Everybody should go see it. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate it.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for when our reviews, interviews, and news go live.